I got in trouble in my last video with some of my subscribers because I forgot briefly to include him. I've not done that this time. In fact, I've even done the rusty special edition version of the ISO What You Did There t-shirt just as a way of an apology. Now, at the minute, everyone is discussing the new rumoured Sony FX3 cinema camera. So I thought we'd discuss something completely different. I'll give you a clue. That's right, Sigma. Because the rumour is, in fact, let me find the post for you. Where is it? Here we are. Rumour, Sigma will announce a new 28 to 70mm f2.8 FE lens on February 24th. And it will be designed to compete directly with the Tamron 28 to 75mm and will be priced around $900. Now that sounds like a great idea because the 28 to 75 is one of the most popular lenses on the market for Sony E-mounts, so kind of makes sense to try and bring out something to compete against it. Except they kind of already have, because Sigma not that long ago released a 24 to 70mm that's priced only around $200 more than this. Now there were some people in the comment section of that rumor post arguing that maybe this new 28 to 70 isn't primarily designed with Sony shooters in mind, and maybe it's a new kit lens for the L-mount series. But I'm not sure that's the case. $900 and an f2.8 constant aperture seem a bit excessive for a kit lens. They're usually half the price and variable aperture. And at $900, like I said, that's only $200 more expensive than the $1,100 price tag of Sigma's 24 to 70 f2.8, which is also already available for the Leica L mount. Now, when this was launched, it was only $800, so actually $100 less than the speculated price of the Sigma. Although due to the popularity of this lens, the price seems to have actually gone up in some places. Now on B&H, for example, it's actually closer to $900. But even if Sigma were to make a 28 to 70, I'm not convinced that they would be able to make one that really rivals this lens. Because for a lot of people, the big appeal of this lens wasn't just the $800 and $900 price tag, it was the size and the weight of the lens. Now the size difference between the Sigma 24 and this isn't that noticeable. The Sigma is a slightly larger lens and has a bit more girth. It's an 82mm front filter versus a 67. But I think the bigger contributing factor to the weight is the build quality. Sigma have gone with a much higher end construction, whereas this is a more plastic construction, which is more in line with the rest of Tamron's other lenses too. They've gone with this plastic finish of all of their E-mount lenses in order to try and keep the weight of the lens down as well as the size. However, that's not Sigma's philosophy. Sigma's philosophy has always been focused on higher end image quality and better build quality. So even if they were to make a 28 to 70 that was the same size as the Tamron, I don't think the weight difference would be that much less than their 24 to 70. Now that's not to say that they wouldn't make a 28 to 70 that would be slightly smaller and maybe slightly lighter and $200 cheaper than their 24 to 70. But the question is, would it be a substantial enough difference to really separate it from a 24 to 70? I imagine, although I'm guessing here, that a lot of people would look at a $200 price difference and a slight difference in size and weight and favor the 24 to 70 because they want that extra 4mm on the wide end. There was a lot of criticism against the Tamron when it was released that people wanted that extra 4mm. However, that was offset by how much of a difference in size and price the Tamron had over the G Master. And to a lot of people, myself included, it was a reasonable sacrifice to make to save all that money. Whereas Sigma are now essentially competing with themselves, and I think that most people are going to favor having that wider focal length for a little more money, unless it comes down to image quality. It's a general rule that the longer you make the focal range of a lens, the harder it is to keep good image quality throughout that focal range. hence why prime lenses are usually sharper than subsequent zoom lenses. So it's possible that Sigma making a 28-70 would have better image quality than their 24-70. But then that wouldn't add up if they're then making the price point cheaper. It would essentially sabotage their 24-70. It's not even like the 24-70 is a bad lens. It's not like the 24-70 needs replacing, because it's one of Sigma's newest mirrorless lenses. So it's all a bit bizarre, really. I mean, realistically, I couldn't care less whether they make a 28-70 or not. I wouldn't be buying one either way. But it does seem strange that there's so many other lenses from Sigma that people are waiting for, like a 70-200, that have yet to come about. And it seems odd that Sigma are focusing on almost competing with themselves in lenses that they've only just released, rather than filling other gaps within the lineup that everyone's waiting for an option for. Like if Sigma release a 70-200 f2.8 with optical stabilization at a decent enough price point, straight away that's hit the big gap in the market between Sony's 2.8 GM and the Tamron 70-180 that doesn't have stabilization. So it seems odd that they're not prioritizing lenses like that and are releasing lenses that they've kind of already got covered. I mean, maybe they're going to go nuts and put optical stabilization into the 28-70. Although that might be wishful thinking, because I imagine that would put the price point the other side of the $1,000 mark. Who knows? What do you guys make of the rumor? If they do release a 28-70, would you be interested in it, or are you going to favor the Tamron or the 24-70? Leave your thoughts and comments in the box down below. While you're down there, if you haven't already, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button, and then hopefully we'll see you in the next video.